Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 13, to be specific.
I was gonna say, oh, that was a...
We just rode an underground thing to get to this place. That's all I remember. It's hard for me to remember what goes on in this game. So we kind of off camera made a decision that we're gonna not really try to follow a guide much, because at this point,
I'm just following that gold arrow.
Yeah, we just want to get through this.
There's multiple
at this point.
paths, or what? I'll explore them. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Not,
Yeah. You're not.
I don't care about any secret stuff or crazy missions.
Because we're as powered up as we possibly can be until we can upgrade our paradigms.
Yeah, yeah, I just want to get moving, man.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so much fun after this game.
Yeah.
It's just everything is so much better after this game. But I mean, I guess in the end it was worth doing because people like this.
Yeah.
People are enjoying this for whatever reason.
Yeah.
When I upload an episode after 12 o'clock tonight, it's going to probably get 4 views out of nowhere.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, I don't know who's watching that, but...
I don't know. I know Nuri's one of the people watching, for sure. Nuri has been expressing to me just how much he's been loving watching the Final Fantasy 13.
I don't care. I'm not making it entertaining at all.
Yeah.
I bitch about this. It's just a game that you can beat.
At this point, I'm just trying to see where we're at before we fight a boss.
Because you said we fight Bartanos again? Is that this chapter?
So we already beat... We had a problem with that Eidolon, but now we're done with those fucking things.
That was the hardest one.
Oh, God, that was awful. So we should be in... No, we're out of there. Aren't we? Didn't we? Are we in the tower now?
This ain't no fucking tower, buddy.
Then I don't know where we are, because
that other place was called something subterranean, something, right? The undergrounds.
Oh, we're in the springs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, the Suya Springs. We're making our way to the tower, and then after we get through the tower, we fight a boss. And then after that boss, we go a little further and we fight the big bad guy again. So we're almost done with Chapter 11, which is fantastic.
That's good. Yeah, I remember just the tower-looking place that takes a while. But then I feel like we go through like a little abandoned town kind of area first to get to that. I don't know, it's everything bland.
Yeah, everything's just kind of...
Like a town where you fight, they're vampires.
Oh, really?
It's a town full of... But they just kind of look like them upgraded zombie-looking guys, really. That's what they are.
Be ready for the next fight.
Yeah, I feel like I struggled in this area, too. And I like this right here, I don't think I ever got this chest, because everybody was too hard. So I just skipped it and kept going.
Yeah. You're right, we do enter a town before we
like
hit
a weird
the boss.
Town,
and there are vampires, so, okay. But that's after this first boss. We got to fight a boss and then get to the town, then the town is before the big boss. So
the Vampire Weekend town.
have they been doing anything lately?
I think they got a new album coming out. I remember when I was at my old job and you could still have them headphones on. I was like, I had never listened to the 4th album, and I finally did.
Okay.
19 tracks. I can't think of any that stood out. I hated it.
Really?
Not good.
Isn't that the one with the world on the cover?
It looked like a cycling looking thing.
I liked...
it might have been like...
Diane Young was good.
No, that was... No.
You didn't like Diane Young?
One before that. No, I mean, that's an album after. It's like a... Not modern... You're talking about Modern Vampires of the City. That was their 3rd album.
Oh, okay. He was on
that
Diane
had
Young.
a couple songs, but it still wasn't that great of an album. There was a
what
few
am I
songs.
thinking of then? I know there's one song on that album I was kind of like, it's alright.
But yeah, I'm talking about the album after that where like nothing stood out. Like the 3rd album, like
Father of the Bride.
Yeah, I didn't see. I couldn't even remember what the fuck the album name was. That's how bland it was. And it was 19 tracks of just like, oh my god. So I don't care about the 5th album. Who gives a fuck? Because I don't care about the 4. Yeah,
I think it was Bambina. I like. I think that's the only song I like is Bambina. It's got to be because I don't recognize most of these songs. But Bambina's nice. It's only a 2-minute song, not even. You know, it's just a short little, whatever.
Yeah, nothing.
That's the only song I would even argue would be like worth a listen.
I think maybe the first track on the album was maybe alright. I don't know what it was called.
First track on the album was "Hold You Now."
I don't know. It was one of the first few songs.
Yeah. Harmony Hall's 5 minutes. Jesus.
It was one of the singles.
Yeah, but still,
it's
one of the singles for it. But
it was like, yeah. But other than that, like, I don't know, man. They just lost their appeal.
When does this new album come out? Unless it already came out.
It's supposed to be this year, or maybe
April 5th, so it came out.
Yeah, it came out.
10 songs. Much longer songs. The last song is 8 minutes.
Yeah, man, their
Surfer
first two
6.
albums are masterpieces in my eyes. But
Yeah.
and the third album was was alright. It was decent. But yeah, man,
Just because some of their songs are so fucking good. Oxford Comma and Horchata.
Yeah,
Some of them are classics.
so good.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened.
Well, I was reading that I already forgot the name of it. The album they did before the newest album they just did, that World one, right? Mm-hmm. That has the Bambino on it. I was just reading as I was looking up on my phone about it, that it was their first major record label. And I don't know if that made a difference, if the major record label was like, hey...
record people, they interfere. Or
Right. So for all I know, it's just a hiccup, you know, and this new album's better. But now that I know they have a new album, I'd like to listen to it, see if there's anything worth, you know... I wish I could get more into the music you listen to. We going the right way?
We are now.
Okay.
I went up there.
You went up there for a little thing. Yeah. Because like I was telling Andrew off camera here. I was listening to the entirety of White Pony from Deftones, and there's not one song in there that I'm like, oh man, I love this song. Like it's just kind of. I wish I could be into it. I wish I could be like, man, I share this with you. This is awesome. Maybe White Pony's not for me. Maybe if somebody was never heard of Deftones and you were like, okay,
that's the album.
That's
the album you would introduce to them.
To them. Okay.
You know, I was talking to a guy at work because he asked me what kind of music I liked, and he said he loves Blink-182. That tells you. So I'm like, you like all that pop punk stuff,
right?
And then I said my favorite band was Deftones, and he's like, who's that? I said, you might have heard Change.
Yeah, Change the House of Flies is a classic.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Don't, you know what I mean? Like, you've at least heard that. Played in movies and stuff sometimes. But, like...
Didn't they use it in a DBZ movie, too?
It did. Yeah, one of the cooler movies.
Revenge of Cooler, yeah.
But, White Pony would be the
starting album.
Would be the album.
Maybe I'm a weird one, then, and need something a little different. What's one that, like, they changed it up a little bit?
I don't know. They always got a consistent kind of sound.
Right.
You know, it's always a mix of like softer, ethereal stuff.
Yeah.
But then they do like heavier. Like their self-titled album after White Pony has some of the hardest songs they've ever had. Like I think about that classic 2000s metal. Like I don't know, but I like it. I don't normally like that music, but when they did a stop, like Hexagram's on the heavy album.
Okay, maybe that's what I need
song
to.
They have Minerva.
Yeah, maybe I need to listen to
some of my
maybe I
favorite
need to listen to their heavier stuff. I don't know, because it just seemed like
Diamond Eyes might be a good mix.
It wasn't helping that I wasn't really paying attention. Like I was doing other things while listening to it, so maybe I wasn't giving it my full listen. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I do. And then there's other ones that that other bands you like that I've never even tried to listen to.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of 90s stuff.
Yeah. And that was, for me, I don't know what it was. Like, I didn't get into 90s music all that much. I was more of the 2000s music.
You know, I was just thinking on the way here, I was listening to, I mentioned before, I discovered this band called the Flaming Lips.
Okay, yeah.
And I like a lot of their 90s stuff, but they have like this album, I guess that made them really popular with newer generations, like through the 2000s. It's Yoshimi versus robot. It's like a Japanese kind of
Okay.
theme album, and there's like some hip hop. I was like, that might be something you like.
Okay.
I didn't like it, but
Alright.
like just I know you like the Japanese culture, and that
Yeah.
album made them popular in the 2000s. And I don't know. Yeah, Yoshimi versus gigantic robots or something, and there's a song that the album's called after, like the first, like there's a music video where it just like you literally just see this Japanese girl in the thumbnail. And I was like, that might be something you might enjoy.
Yeah, the Flaming Lips, though, alternative indie.
Yeah, like in the 90s they were like what I liked, like there was guitars and fucking they were, you know, a rock
Songs,
band.
yes.
And then when the 2000s they kind of dropped the guitars and there's more synth stuff and just experimental stuff that I'm just like, yeah.
My God, some of the names of some of these albums. 2009, the Flaming Lips and the Star Death and the White Dwarfs and Henry Rolls and the Peaches doing the Dark Side of the Moon. What the hell?
I don't even know because I didn't listen past the Yoshimi album.
Yeah,
That was like
okay.
2002.
2002 was
I didn't listen to
Yoshimi.
anything past that. I was like,
Yeah.
I reached my limit there.
Yoshimi battles the pink robots.
I went, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll listen to that album from the 2002, but in the 90s, what was their like?
I really loved their album from '93 is like Transmissions of the Satellite's
My Heart, yeah. Okay.
And then the one after that is the one I really love. It's
Clouds Taste Metallic.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Love that album. Love it.
Yeah, I'll give that some listens. But there's even more bands that like Smashing Pumpkins.
I love Smashing
I'd never heard a Smashing Pumpkins song. I don't think. Like,
Never heard.
like what's one of their I
Bullet
don't
for
know.
Butterfly Wings.
No, never heard of that one.
The world is a vampire.
Okay, I have heard
They
of that one.
make fun of that in South Park.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yeah.
whales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like their huge. That was big. I feel like everybody's heard that.
Yeah,
song.
I've heard that song. Okay, I didn't know that was them. But yeah, so I don't know. You need to give me some recommendations for some music because I ought to try listening to more of your stuff.
I just, you know, everybody called me a music snob. I have a very niche kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey guys, we'll talk
Next
more about
time,
music next time. Yeah. If anything, at least we guys, even though we hate this game, we're not really paying attention to what's going on. I'm sure that was a very moving moment with like lightning,
Yeah.
like butting him in the
But,
back with her
like,
fist. But like, I
don't care.
could care less. I'd much more rather talk about music. We will see you guys next time as we make our way towards Cajun's Tower. That's where we're heading.
Cajun's Tower, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that tower.
Okay.
God damn, that tower. I struggled in that tower,
Did you?
but
We
it
should
never
be
wasn't
fine.
as powerful
Yeah.
as this, so it should be fine.
They say there's a mandatory Sistone mission, but I doubt it. So we'll see. All right,
fucking
we'll
see.
see you guys next time.